Peafowl is a grand, beautiful bird, as the common name for bird species belonging to the genus Pavo or blue peafowl that is widely distributed across the Indian subcontinent, belonging to the tribe Pavonini and the family Phasinidae that includes pheasants and their allies. Male peafowls are referred to as peacocks, while the female peafowls are referred to as the peahens. The two Asiatic species are the blue or the Indian peafowl originating from the Indian subcontinent and the grey peafowl from the Southeast Asia. Male peafowls are known for their piercing calls and their extravagant plumage. The latter is especially prominent in the Asiatic species, which have an eye-spotted tail or train of covert feathers which they display as a part of their courtship ritual. The functions of the elaborate iridescent coloration and large trains of peacocks have been the subject of extensive scientific debate. Famous naturalists such as Charles Darwin suggested that they serve to attract females, and the showy features of the males had evolved by sexual selection. More recently, Zahavi proposed in his handicap principle that these feathers acted as honest signals for the male's fitness, since less fit males would have been disadvantaged by the difficulty of surviving with such large and conspicuous structures. A group of peacock is called an ostentation or a muster. The Indian peacock or the Pavo cristatus has iridescent blue and green plumage, mostly metal-like blue and green. In both species, females are little smaller than males in terms of weight and wingspan, but males are significantly longer due to the tail, also known as the train. The peacock train consists of tail quill feathers but highly elongated upper tail coverts. These feathers are marked with eye spots, best seen when a peacock fans his tail. All species have a crest atop the head. The Indian peahen has a mixture of dull grey-brown and green in her plumage. The female also displays her plumage to ward off female competition or signal danger to the young. Chicks of both sexes in all species are cryptically colored. They vary between yellow and tawny, usually with patches of dark brown or light tan or dirty white ivory color. Mature peahens have been recorded as suddenly growing typically male peacock plumage and making male calls. Research has suggested that changes in mature birds are due to lack of estrogen from old or damaged ovaries, and that male plumage and calls are default unless hormonally suppressed. The national bird of India, the green peafowl, has an extensive presence across the Indian subcontinent. The huge train with the gracious appearance makes it a fabulous bird that occupies the status of the national birds at its own right. Peafowl are forest birds that nest on the ground but roost in trees. They are terrestrial feeders. All species of peafowl are believed to be polygamous. In common with other members of the Galliformes members, the males possess metatarsal spurs or thorns on their legs, used during interspecific territorial fights with some other members of their kind. In courtship, vocalization stands to be a primary way for peacocks to attract the peahens. Some studies suggest that the intricacy of the song produced by displaying peacocks proved to be impressive to peafowl. Singing in peacocks usually occurs just before, just after, or sometimes during copulation. Peafowls are omnivores and mostly eat plants, flower petals, seed heads, insects, and other arthropods, reptiles, and amphibians. Wild peafowl look for their food scratching around in leaf litter either early in the morning or at dusk. They retreat to the shade and security of the woods for the hottest part of the day. These birds are not picky and will eat almost anything they can find fit in their beak and digest. They actively hunt insects like ant, crickets and termites, millipedes and other arthropods and small mammals. Indian peafowls are also known to eat small snakes. Domesticated peafowl may also eat bread and cracked grains such as oats and corn, cheese-cooked rice, and sometimes cat food. It has been noticed by keepers that peafowl enjoy protein-rich food including larvae that infest granaries, different kinds of meats and fruit, as well as vegetables including dark leafy greens, broccoli, carrots, beans, beets, and peas. Peafowl is native to India and significant in the culture. In Hinduism, the Indian peacock is the mount of the god of war Kartikeya and the warrior goddess Komari, and is also depicted around the goddess Santoshi. During a war with the Asuras, Kartikeya split the demon king Sapuradaman in half. Out of respect for his adversary's prowess in the battle, the god converted the two halves into an integral part of himself. One half became a peacock serving as his mount, and the other a rooster adorning his flag. The peacock displays the divine shape of Omkara when it spreads its magnificent plumes into a full-blown circular form. Peacock feathers also adorn the crest of Lord Krishna. Peacock has been additionally associated historically with many of ancient emperors such as the Chandragupta Maurya, the founder of the Mauryan Empire, who was born orphan and raised by a family farming peacocks. Peacock is represented in both Burmese and Sinhalese zodiacs. To the Sinhalese people, the peacock is the third animal of the zodiac of Sri Lanka. Peacock were believed to deliberately consume poisonous substance in order to become immune to them, as well as to make the colors of their resplendent plumage all the more vibrant. This idea appears to have merit. The Buddhist deity Mahamayuri is depicted seated on a peacock. Peacocks are seen supporting the throne of Amitabha, the ruby-red sunset-colored archetypal Buddha of infinite light. India adopted peacock as the national bird in 1963 and is one of the national symbols of India. Shoikat Kumar Basu, Bureau Report, Kalinga Chronicle TV.